Okay, the first thing to do is to name your part and decide what type of die. In this case, it will be a progressive die. Select the material. Enter the material thickness, either in metric or in English. And open the part geometry file in 3D. This can be a IGS or a step file. View the image, select the part that you want to estimate. Create the views for estimating. And next, set the scale for the drawing. This can be any kind of drawing, PDF or 3D image, or even a photograph. I'm going to set the scale and begin measuring the part so that we can plan and estimate the die. We're going to measure the blank size by taking a bend allowance estimate through a section of the part. If you have the actual blank size from forming simulation, you can enter that directly. Navigating is easy with the mouse wheel. Here we're measuring the front to back dimension of the blank for the die. And continue measuring, in this case, the depth of the part and various features about the part, such as holes. And we're going to measure the trim edges of the part. Any bending in the part, in this case that flange is a double bend. You can also measure other features such as embosses, extrusions, and so forth. Here we're measuring the area that to be crush formed in the die. I'm going to add gussets by counting those. 3 gussets in the part. Put a marking on the part in the die and estimate the number of critical dimensions that will have to be checked for part approval process. If this is a drawing file, you simply click on all of the dimensions that are both critical and non-critical. Okay, we stop measuring, go back to the process, tell DieMatrix the type of part that it is. In this case, it's a complex shape. And DieMatrix will actually estimate the number of stations based on the measurements made so far. You can edit this list, and if you're working from part, as we are in this case, we can add material for the carrier, spacing between the parts, trim edges, and this will give us a blank estimate for the die. Okay, now we're going to estimate the die cost by selecting the standards that we want to use, and see you have a price. And we are at 4 minutes so far from start to finish. Here we can edit the die construction specification, review the die estimate form, and even estimate the die from another location other than our own shop or another country if we'd like. Here's a chart of the tonnage and of the material usage, the weight of the die, and so forth. We can look at a cost detail. Here is where we're going to price the die from Korea, and refresh, and there you go, there's a new price from a different region. That easy to estimate a die using DieMatrix with absolute consistency. Once we're satisfied with the estimate, we confirm it, and produce reports for the confirmed estimate by clicking on the Combined Reports button, and this will give us PDF reports of the die estimate, all the details about the die and the production part, the process, the cost, and the die construction specification.